Hello everybody and welcome to the Hunter Gatherer channel, and today, it's actually tonight, it's about 11 o'clock and I'm going hunting in the morning and taking my buddy and his son, and I asked Landon if he wanted to stay out and eat lunch in the woods tomorrow, and he said yes. So I've been waiting to open this until I was going to try it out, so tomorrow I'm going to try this thing out. So it's December 4th, so tomorrow will be the 5th. It'll be the first time trying this. And I've seen people using them. And I was trying to decide which way I wanted to go for a backpacking stove. I was going to go with like a jet boil or something like that, but I didn't. I went with this instead, thinking that it would be cool to be able to take something that you didn't need fuel. So I'm looking at this. This is some kindling, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen this company before, but it's called Solo Stove. It's a small, compact stove. This one is called, I think, the Titan, and it's like I think it's like a two-person. My dog's trying to get in the room. So this is how it comes. It comes in the box. It's got some pamphlets in there. Lifetime guarantee. Comes in its own little package, and I'm a little nervous about that. We'll see. Comes in its own little bag. Obviously, you don't put it in the bag after you've lit it on fire. It'll be hot and it'll melt everything. But this is what it looks like. It's stainless steel. It's got this ring. You flip it upside down, you put your container on top of that, and you fill it full of wood here, and it has these air holes that sucks the air in and right up out like a chimney, which helps it burn really hot. And it's got these secondary burn holes here that the gases come up and they actually burn the gas as well. So you've got two burns on your wood, so it makes it more fuel efficient, and it helps it to burn cleaner. There's not supposed to be too much smoke, so that's what I know about it. It's got this little grate on the bottom that keeps your fuel up out of the hole. Fuel as in wood. And I'm going to take some of this wood here. It's a piece of cherry that I had, some slab, and I just split it kind of small. I might break it up, and I'm trying to decide if I want to just fill it right in there when I'm packing it, but might put something around this too, just so, because I think that was the main thing that was making noise, because this doesn't make noise. So I might put some paper towel or something around there just so it doesn't rattle like that. So I got that, but I also got the I guess the accessory kit. It's the Solo Stove pot. You gotta boil your water. You need a pot to boil the water. So I'm gonna see if I can fit everything together in one container. I don't want a bunch of stuff. I was just trying to figure out a way to make it work. I think it will. So this is a Solo Stove pot. Works kind of like canteen cup in the Army, where it folds out like so you have a handle so you don't get burned, and you can it's got a little handle on the top too so you can pour. And I think, yes, that slides right inside there, and this fits right on top. You probably could do some kind of a, that doesn't do so good. We could put something in there, but yeah, that's got a lid. It's got a little bit of everything, so it's pretty awesome from what I can tell so far. Tomorrow, I'm gonna try it out for the first time. We'll see how it burns. We'll see how it boils. And the plan is I'm taking some freeze-dried food. I think I have a mountain house downstairs. I'm going to take that in and maybe some tortilla shells. And we're going to boil some water. We're going to make the mountain house. And then we're going to do like a burrito type of thing for lunch. So we'll see what he thinks about doing the packing in, eating for white-tailed deer hunting in our area. Usually we just leave the woods, or you pack a sandwich or whatever, but this is we're gonna feel like we're we're doing a big backpacking adventure right next to home. So, I mean, you don't have to take your own wood. I'm just taking this. I know it's supposed to rain and snow tomorrow, and I'll probably find some branches under some pine trees and stuff like I did the other day. But anyway, we're going to try the Solo Stove out tomorrow. I just wanted to do an unboxing before we test it out in the field. So that's the Solo Stove Titan, and it says it's best for 2 or 4 people. They make one that's called the Light, that's smaller. That's good for just 1 person, but I figured let's get one that's for 2 to 4 people, and we're gonna try it out. It says that it weighs 1 pound, 16.6 ounces, so just a little over a pound, and this item weighs 12.5 ounces, so like 1 3/4 of a pound. Other than that, there's 304 stainless steel. This will hold 61 fluid ounces, the pot itself, and it's 6 inches high and 5.5 inches or 5.5 inches in diameter. And the Solo Stove says it's 5.6 inches high. So yeah, and 5.1 inches in diameter. So everything fits together. Nice little package. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to quiet it down a little bit. And I think I'm gonna try to pack this maybe inside it. So you'll see this tomorrow on the hunt.
So the other day I had my emergency matches. Today I'm stepping up my game and I brought cotton swabs with Vaseline on them, and that is going to be our fire starter. I'm going to take a lot of this wood chips out of here. My fingers are numb in that. That's cotton swab, what do they call it? Cotton ball. And we get our match. So we're getting the fire started here. I might send Landon to pick up firewood here in a minute. That was the dinner bell. Okay, try not to choke your fire out, right, when you're throwing your pieces of wood in. Okay, so we're getting it started. Let's see how it goes. But it's cooking now, boys. It's gonna boil at some point. We need it to. My fingers are gonna burn off when I go to grab it. Landon, a watched pot never boils. You ever heard that?
A what?
Watched pot never boils. All right.
I watch
So
a pot
this is
boil all the time.
Alpine Air. I have no idea. They don't sponsor me yet. Anyways, we got this and we got Mountain House. So we needed 2 cups of water, boiling, pour it in this baby, and then it says stir thoroughly, and then seal the pouch and cover it. Let it sit for 10 minutes, and we'll be eating. Oh, it smells good.
That's the breed on one.
Yeah, I'm ready. So it took a little while for the fire to get going because this wood is wet, but it did get going. I think I can almost hear it starting to want to start boiling. I can hear it just making a little
see,
noise.
it's changing the color of the pot.
Pouring the whole thing in there because it's 2 cups. I got a spoon in the side of my backpack. I never had somebody take me out for gourmet hunting. Give me that thing. And we'll seal it up. and hopefully it stays warm enough while it sits for 10 minutes in the 30-degree weather. You want me to cook the chili mac too?
Yeah.
Jeremy's a eater. Landon, we're gonna need more fire.
More wood?
Lunchtime is over. Jeremy's batting cleanup, and it went all right. The solo stove did pretty well. It was the first time ever using it, and the way that the holes are in there, the thing burns really efficiently, but it burns quick, which makes it able to boil the water quick, or all right. I didn't time it or anything, but you really need to be ready with more wood real fast if you're doing more than one container of water, because the wood, if it's dry wood, burns out real fast. So but we were able to boil a couple of bottles of water and make a couple of freeze-dried meals, and everybody got to have some sustenance, and so I would say it was a win and that it was successful. The more I try it out, the more I'll learn. I did bring some kindling with me this time when we used it, and I might plan on doing that whenever I bring it out. Just make sure I have it full of wood, and try to find some really dry sticks and really pack it full when I'm getting ready to cook with it. The Solo Stove Titan, fueled by Mother Nature, it says. So the picture shows, number 1, the cooking ring, which directs heat and blocks the wind. Number 2, the secondary burn, which gives a hotter fire with less smoke. Number 3 is a nichrome wire gate, which holds the fuel and aids in airflow. 4 is the ash pan. It's the space between the wire grate, and it stops the ashes from getting to the ground. It collects the ash and prevents ground scorch. And then it also, number 5, is the airflow, which is these holes. It naturally draws oxygen. So it pulls the air in, up and around, and it causes convection up through as well. I don't know if I explained that quite right, but see, the air goes in and up through into the flame, and also it pulls air up through for a secondary burn. This is the Solo Stove Pot 1800, which is paired with the Solo Stove Titan. It has double fold out handles, which are lightweight and space saving. It folds around and folds back out for you to be able to hold as a pot handle. It has the lid, an easy pour spout on the side over there. It has a folding removable bail. You can take that piece off if you wanted to. And they have volume marks, which is pretty cool because when we used it, Landon could see that they were on the outside, but they're pressed in, so from the inside you can actually read what it is. From the outside, it's not just etched, it's pressed, so that way it's marks on the outside and the inside. Landon said, how can you see how deep it is from the outside? But it's on both. So that was our first time using the Solo Stove. And besides the fact that we had wet wood and, it wasn't the most optimal environment, 30 degrees outside and all that, it did what I asked it to do. It definitely cooked. It burned the wood really well and boiled the water. That's what we needed. So this setup, though it's it's a little bulky for throwing in your backpack, it does take up a pretty good amount of space. But if you don't want to carry around fuel and don't want to start a big campfire every time you want to cook something, then this is a great alternative. They have those other
like Jet Boil, and there's a few other names out there. That's just a small burn head, and then but you got to have your fuel, and you still have to have your pot or whatever you're cooking with, and that can take up a pretty good amount of space as well. So you're probably only a little bit larger, and I think this one, you might be right about the same weight. I don't know. Nothing against those other things. I think they're pretty cool. I went this route because I thought, you know what? I don't want to have to carry fuel around. I know though those fuel pieces, they can burn for quite a while because they're so efficient of how they boil. So either way, I just thought this was a neat way to get started into this, and I can burn the wood that I find. So my initial thought is I did really like it. Now you can see, I don't know if you can see. Can you see how black that is? That's just from the wood. Is probably partially that black because it was wet and it was smoking quite a bit. So the drier your wood, probably the less, it's like creosote on there. Other than that, I don't think I really had, besides the fact that it does burn really quick. So you need to be ready. You got to see if you can get that thing real full of wood. We didn't have it. We had quite a bit of airspace in there, and I think you want to get it pretty packed in there so that it will burn for a longer period of time. Personally, I think it was pretty neat. It was the closest to packing into the woods for like an elk hunt or something like that, where those guys stay for 5 or 6 days or more. That was the closest I've been to that this year. I've been trying to think about maybe I would love to do that, and so I think, well, let's think of like a backpacker and take the stuff in, and so that's what we did. Jeremy and Landon said that they really enjoyed having lunch out in the woods. They might have enjoyed it a little bit more if it was a little warmer out or whatever. But we had a good time, and Jeremy even got to warm up his hands on the campfire. So one other thing that I want to talk about this, I didn't really say anything, but this is like, how do you say, like a double wall stovepipe. So this piece here, this area right here, after the fire was done, I mean, it was gone for a little while, I was able to pick this up. And the bottom is also the same way. I don't know if you can see in that area, but you can see right through this. There's about a 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of gap between the bottom, where the very bottom of the stove, which there's like 2 inches above that where the mesh is, where the fire is. So it's more like 2.5, maybe 2.5 inches from where the fire sits to the very bottom. So that keeps it from being really hot on the very bottom. And the sides, I would have to test it with a fire, but there's about 3/8 of an inch of gap between the walls of that, maybe a 1/4 inch. But I was able to, after the fire was out, I was able to pick this up without burning myself. The one spot that it was hot was right here, and that's where the 2 pieces of metal go together. So right on the edge there, it was hot. But other than that, it was pretty good. So you might be able to move this from one spot to another when it's burning. I don't know. I'd have to check that. So don't just go grab one if you want to see. Just be smart about it. So, and I really do like the way that it all fits together in here. And, so you're not carrying 2 items this size in your backpack. The one thing that I didn't like about it, one of the main things, but I mean, how it burned really fast, I didn't like that, but how you had to keep putting a little bit more wood in there because I didn't have enough in there in the first place, I think. But the one thing that I really didn't like about it, which is something I got to work on, is I had this in my pack. We were hunting, and Jeremy shot at a deer and we had a whole bunch of deer. It was crazy that were really close to us. And he shot, and I had my backpack on my back, and I ran around to possibly get a shot at them. Really, I wasn't looking at shooting them because I didn't have a doe tag, and they were all doe. I was looking for a buck, and but I wanted to see if one of them, if he did hit one of them, I wanted to see if I could see which one it was. So when I ran over there, I was hearing this in my backpack. So that might be as easy as just putting something in between here to try to keep it from, to take up that space. But usually I'm not running through the woods sounding like, you know, I don't know what, I'm not a maraca, but something. Anyways, it was pretty loud. But that's my only complaint, so for now. These guys run a sale a lot. This, I think, I don't know how much I paid for the for the accessories. The stove, I think, was like, right now when I just looked at it online, it was on sale for their like Black Friday sale or whatever like that. I think it's like $89, and I think this was like $50. I don't even know if it was that much for the pot. But like I said, those other, like the jet boils and stuff, they were running around $100 plus. So I thought, well, this is maybe a little bit cheaper, and you don't have to continue to buy fuel. So I didn't want to. I just thought I'd try it this route and see what I thought. And if nothing else, we can use it out in the backyard playing or going camping and playing. So it was fun. Anyway, if you would, if you got any questions or whatever in the comments below, go ahead and ask them. If you have one of these and you have a comment, throw it in the bottom. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. This is my first solo stove purchase, so I have looked into. They have a little bit smaller, and they have up to pretty large for like if you want to have like a campfire outside, like a little bonfire, and they even have one that's like for grilling. So it's pretty interesting. They look like they're pretty good quality, and I think they are pretty efficient and they work well. So any kind of comments, put it below. Any kind of question, put it below. And like, share, subscribe if you would. And just let us know what you think, what you thought about it, if there was any concerns or whatever. I guess that's about it. I did want to, I guess I could have showed this a second ago, but I think I showed you in the woods. It's got this nice handle. You do have to be careful because the flame does come out and around, so just make sure. I grabbed it by this. I just left this up in the air so it was away from the heat. When it's on the side, it's, you know, able to get hot, so I just pulled it up while I was boiling, and I pulled it off this way, and then grabbed this afterwards to see. So just be careful, try not to burn yourself, and that's it. Alright guys, hey, thanks for checking out the video. I do appreciate it. Hopefully it was interesting to you. I just like to check out new things. Not always super techy, but I do like to see new equipment, new ways of going about things. So I did like this. If you're thinking about buying one, I'd say get on their website and check it out and see. Like I said, they run sales a lot, so check it out and let me know if you pick something up in the comments, what one you got and if you like it. That's it. That was our solo stove testing and trial, and our first time cooking, boiling water in the whitetail woods of upstate New York. So that's it. Thanks a lot. Hey, we love you guys. God loves you, and we'll see you on the next one. See you later.